Hello, everyone, and welcome to It All Starts with a Wish podcast. My name is Rachel.
And I'm Mark, and I'm struggling.
Why?
I gave up dessert for Lent. I don't know if I have the moral fortitude.
It's only been
a few weeks, and I don't know that I can keep this up.
Well, we're rooting for you.
It's a struggle.
Keep it
as
going.
As it should
willpower.
Be. Right? It's supposed to be something that you struggle with, but...
It should be. But willpower. You got it.
I'm trying.
It's all good. Then you can splurge after.
I don't think that that's the point of it, but Easter Sunday I will eat a lot of sweets as a result.
There's a light at the end of the tunnel, I guess.
There is, but it seems so far away. Anyways.
So far away. Anyways.
I don't know how we segue into today's topic with that.
I don't know. Splurging. Maybe people want to splurge on some magical extras?
Sure. That's great.
On their Disney vacation.
Yes. And what kind of magical extra would we talk about today? That could be a splurge.
Well, I don't really think it's a splurge because I think it's kind of necessary.
Wow, necessary.
In my opinion.
Wow.
And that is the Disney Photo Pass service.
Also known as Memory Maker.
Or Memory Maker.
Yeah.
I think it's a really good thing to have.
That was
and
five good
things. Highly recommend it.
Wow, that was like 3 highlights. So, Rachel is a big fan of the Memory Maker, as some people in the biz call it. If you're in the know, people call it Memory Maker. But yeah, I guess the proper name is Disney's Photo Pass
service. Memory Maker is underneath that, though, because that is the ticket that you're getting. It's called Memory Maker.
And it is, I would argue, a memory maker.
It is.
Or at least a memory, maybe not a maker, but a recorder.
You're making the memory, though.
You're making the memory, but this is recording the memory so you can go back and again and again and see the great memories that you had while you were there.
So basically, what's included in this is all kinds of things, really. I meant different than pictures.
Ah, okay. Well, folks may not even know that pictures are included.
Pictures are included in Photo Pass services. I didn't know that. Whatever. Anyways.
There are some people out
there. So if you've ever
been
been to Disney, and if you have not, it's okay, but you will see people standing with nice cameras in their little picture attire and their little vests.
Can I go off on a little rant here? They changed the uniform of the Photo Pass people.
They did.
I used to like the old uniforms a lot better than the new ones, but now they have like these new ones that are green and like lime green and like blue. They're like weird colors.
Well, that's like the Photo Pass like colors, I think.
Well, maybe now, but it never used to be. Like, you always used to see them in their regular old uniforms, and I like the old uniforms better, honestly.
I'm sorry.
I don't like change sometimes, and this is a change, and it's taking me a little while.
Well, it's like now you knew what to look for, and now you're like, why are you in something different?
Right. Right. But if you see Disney cast members dressed up now in like a lime green kind of blue vest on usually outfit, and they have a nice camera. Big camera is what usually gives it away. Those are your Photo Pass photographers.
Yes, and all of these photographers are professional photographers. They are. As far as their training, they know how to work the camera. They're really nice cameras. They're really nice lenses. So the quality and clarity that you're going to get with these pictures are very, very nice.
It is.
And especially having just gone with a little one, I think one of the key takeaways for this is that everybody can be in the picture.
Right. Yeah.
And that it's not always, like, if we were basing
Grandma doesn't have to be fumbling around with the phone in the background or anything.
Or, like mom is never in the picture, or dad is never in the picture because, like, they're always taking, like, everybody can finally get in on the picture.
Right. And I will say, you know, maybe you're a person who has a nice camera and you like to take nice photographs, like, good for you. But when you're taking a nice photograph of your family, to Rachel's point, you're not in the picture.
Right.
If you let someone else take a nice photograph of your family, you can be in the picture too.
And I have to say, they will use your phone too sometimes.
And I'll say, like, phones, they do a pretty darn good job today of capturing really nice pictures.
Yeah.
But you don't got to worry about, like, the landscape versus the standing up. What do you call that when you stand it up? landscape is sideways.
Just
what the hell is
vertical?
that? Like the vertical view. There's a name for that. Portrait view.
A portrait.
So you don't gotta mess with like, do I hold my phone this way or that way? Or, oh, look at the glare from
They
the
actually
sun.
do it in all different
Like,
ways.
they-
These PhotoPass people.
Yes.
They'll take some landscape. They'll take some
They
portrait.
do.
They'll take some really big wide picture to get everything. They'll get some close-ups of just like, not just your faces, but
And
you know,
they've already
torso and up.
they've already figured out like the sun angle and
They
like
know
what's
exactly
gonna
where
make
to go.
for the best shot and what shutter speed to use to capture the pictures.
Like I was
and
going
all
to say,
that
we
stuff.
went with our son. He was constantly not looking at the camera, right? Like babies, kids get distracted during Disney. You just want to look everywhere else other than where they're supposed to be looking just for a split second. And they take so many.
They do.
And you think like, oh my God, there's no way that they got any. Like everyone was looking different ways and they don't look good. But I've always been so pleasantly surprised with them. Like I didn't know with having a little one if they were even going to get him to look. They're all so into it. They'll be on their knees, getting different angles and like, look up here, look down here, look over there. And not only just regular pictures are included with this, but their magic shot pictures are also included in this, which are really fun. There's a few different types. You can have some where they'll tell you to either look somewhere in a specific direction, hold your hand out, make a funny face, and magically some characters will appear in your pictures. So those are fun.
We got a few of them. We had one with like Halloween balloons this time.
Yep, we
got
balloons.
one by Remy's Ratatouille where like Remy
He was running away with like the cork or something. We've gotten a few in Animal Kingdom. We can post all of these. I always,
well, at least some of them.
at least not all of them. The fun ones. Fun ones. Not all of them. One of Mark's favorite pictures that we got of our son on our last trip was a PhotoPass picture of him in front of the castle with his My First Disney Trip
It's the background
shirt
of my
on.
phone.
It still is, even though he's not that little anymore. But yeah, they have these really cool zoom shots as well. Where the camera's off somewhere in the building, somewhere, and they have a spot where you to look at to find. But basically, it just takes a really big picture of like the whole park, like the whole hub area, and then all of a sudden it zooms in on you. So it's more like a video, but that's really cool as well. Before we go further, I do want to just talk about the price because
Rachel's very passionate about Memory Maker, if you can't tell, and is now like...
I am. I don't want to get ahead of myself. Let's talk about price first.
Okay. 5 steps back.
Yeah.
What's the price of this?
What's the price of this? I don't even know. Worth it. That's the price of it. No. So there's different ways you can purchase this. You don't have to purchase it until you get there. You can purchase it beforehand. You can even purchase it after. If you leave, after you decide to go on vacation, you come back, you're like, man, I really wish that we had got Memory Maker.
Ooh, I'm going to interrupt you here.
I know what point you're going to make.
This is a good point, that you can use the PhotoPass photographers even if you don't have the Memory Maker.
Yes.
And they scan, if you have a Magic Band, they'll want to scan your band, or they'll want to scan your park card.
Or your phone.
Or your phone.
What has your ticket on it?
However your ticket is, whether it's on your phone, whether it's an actual card, or whether it's on your Magic Band, they just need to scan that. So you can go and get all of these photos. Yep. And see how they all come out.
Before you buy them.
Before you even buy the package.
Yeah. But...
it is literally, it's a free service until you actually want the pictures.
And you can get the pictures with the PhotoPass.
They're going to be all watermarked.
They're all watermarked, but you can still have the pictures.
You could.
You really want
You could have watermarked, severely watermarked photos that say Disney's PhotoPass across them.
And there's really
like
no
5
blank
different,
space.
like...
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like it's over the whole thing. But buying it in advance is gonna be your cheapest option, and that is a $185 add-on to your ticket for the Memory Maker. Now this is for the length of your trip
and for your whole party.
And
folks.
for your whole party. Yes.
When you look at the grand scheme of things of a Disney vacation, what is an extra $185?
I mean, not much.
It's not. Really, in the grand scheme of things.
If you're looking at the very small percentage of what is $200.
That's relatively affordable. For the entire trip. This is not per person, folks. This is for the entire traveling party.
I do have to say it is under one name.
Could even be multiple rooms.
It could be. It is under one name. When you link it to, you're linking it to only one ticket.
Right.
So that person, make sure that person is scanning their band, like the person who actually has a memory maker underneath them. Right. But yes, it can be for everybody in your party.
This before, like with my family, or even your family on this last trip, right? Your family didn't purchase it. We purchased the memory maker, and yet we could still used it because we got their pictures. Yes. Get our niece's pictures and my nephew's picture and my sister's family's pictures or your parents' pictures or whatever. Like, you can still get it through, so it's not even necessarily as long as that person bound is by there, one room.
No, as long as the person is there tapping in who has Memory Maker on their ticket that is linked and it's matching to their name, they will get all the unwatermarked photos and everything.
And this is like, so Rachel just has to be there. But if Rachel was there and my sister's family wanted to take a picture, as long as they scan Rachel's band.
They scan a ticket
or a ticket that's associated with that room.
Right.
That's where they get you.
That's where they get you.
If my sister just scanned her band or anybody in her family because they had a separate room, you wouldn't get it. But if you scan my band because I'm in the room with you, then it would pop up for free. So that's kind of a little sneaky way.
But if you're traveling as a party and you know that one party at least has one family of... I mean, we go with 3 different families, right? So at least if one out of the 3 families, which we usually always get it, everybody else, when we take pictures, we're usually all together anyway.
Right.
So I just scan it once, and then anybody who wants to take a picture can just take a picture. They just need to scan something once.
Right.
Right? But you can scan these even without them. So whatever your ticket's on, like you said, scan it, take the picture. You're just going to have the watermark. So if you decide during your trip... or after your trip, within 30 days. You can't just decide a year later that you want those
30
pictures.
days from the end of your trip.
So, no. It's 30 days with an activation. So, it's be activated on your first trip.
Got it.
Yeah, the start of your park ticket when you use it.
Understood. Okay.
Got it. You have 45 days from the date they are taken to download them. Another important thing to mention.
They're not indefinitely there.
No.
So you pay for it, download them.
You pay for it, download them. You got it, download them. I literally download it as soon as they pop up on my phone and says, your photos are ready. I download them right away or send them wherever I want to, whether I email them to, you just download them right onto your phone. But yes, very, very important to do that.
So what is the price of
So the price for during or post vacation is $210.
So you're looking at an extra...
$25?
$25.
$25. An extra $25 to do it.
So not awful.
No, not awful, but it's still $25.
You can save $25, save $25.
Yeah, just book it ahead. You can also do Memory Maker for one day. A lot of annual pass holders are having, you just have family come down. You don't need it you just need it for one day. That's all I need.
Sure.
Or if you know that for your trip, you're only really focused on that one day that you have a lot of people going, or you just want pictures in Magic Kingdom, you can do Memory Maker for one day for $75.
To me, that seems
just spend the other $110 for the whole trip.
That seems completely foolish.
Well, I could see it if you were an annual pass holder.
If you're an annual pass holder and you knew that you had something that, like, you specifically wanted to capture on one day because you were taking somebody or whatever,
like an engagement,
fine,
or like something like that.
$75 for one day. I mean, 3 days you've already paid. That's 3 days. Everything after that is not even 2.5 days. Everything after that is gravy.
For the $185.
If you pay $185.
Yeah. I really only see that valuable if you're an annual pass holder.
$75. So you're foolish to not just pay the $180 on a normal length trip, 4-day trip, whatever. Like, just pay the $185. You might as well have it for the whole trip if you're going to be there. Like, why not?
True. Another important thing that goes along with prices and rules and regulations and all that stuff is Memory Maker advance purchases have a waiting period. So if you purchase this in advance, like when you book your whole trip, any photos taken within 3 days of the date of that Memory Maker has to be purchased and is not included with the package. I'll read the whole sentence to you.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
I'm going to read it exactly from Disney.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yes.
If Memory Maker is purchased at the advance purchase price, any photos taken within 3 days of or prior to the date of Memory Maker's purchase are not included and must be purchased separately. So if you take pictures 3 days before your activation date for your ticket and 3 days after...
I think it's just telling you that if you purchase it for a certain date, you have to use it within the time frame that you have chosen. And anything that's outside of that time frame... That's what I'm saying.
If it's outside of that, you have to... There is no, gray area, I guess.
Right, you're picking your dates, and if it's outside of those dates that you've picked, that you said,
I'm going to
for this vacation...
each photo separately.
Right.
Yeah, it's not included in the thing. So let's keep that in mind, too. If you get there early, people go in, you can take PhotoPass things, not even at the parks. Sometimes not always at the parks.
Right.
And you get a picture taken, those will not be included, so you'll get watermarked.
Right. Okay.
So just keep that in mind.
Sure.
That's all. But yeah, so those are your prices. I mean, I think it's worth it for many reasons that I'm going to continue to talk about now. One, all of those photos that you take willingly with your PhotoPass photographers, all of your ride pictures.
And I just want to say with that too, they will have people, they deliberately have PhotoPass photographers spread throughout the parks. So Main Street's a great example. Like Main Street, you'll always see a ton of them.
Oh, there's 4 or 5 down the Main Street drag there.
Yeah, because people want those pictures. There'll usually be 1 or 2 up in and around the hub. But they'll also have PhotoPass photographers stationed a lot at character meet and greets, specific ones. Some of the best pictures that we have of our son's interaction with Moana was taken by the PhotoPass photographer.
Yeah, not people in our party with their phones.
Incredible job
and
of
doing
capturing that moment, which was kind of so awesome on the trip. They'll also have special events. Mm-hmm. At special events like Mickey's Not So Scary, the Christmas party,
Very Merry Christmas.
The Very Merry Christmas party. Your
after hours events.
Your festivals at Epcot, after hours events, they'll have special PhotoPass photography options at those too. So some of them are specific to just the parties even.
True.
So it's not just literally get a picture next to the Tree of Life. There are a lot of other really cool options where they will have PhotoPass photographers specifically and strategically placed for different things that are happening, whether that's character meet and greets or special events. I do want to knock this a little bit, though, because they've tried to put up an automated system in some character meet and greets. Mickey on Main Street in City Hall there at the end is one example of this. Town Hall, whatever the heck it's called.
And it just takes a picture every, so often, right?
It's automated. It's not...
it gets... I've seen a lot of people post those pictures... after they bought it, and they'd be like, this is what I paid for. Because it's you turning around, making a weird face, or you're walking away from, it
takes away that
human, and those not
people,
very good.
The individuals who do this job are so good at what they do that
they're engaged with the kids. They're hey, look over here, make a funny face. They'll talk to you and the characters.
It's just not the same to have the box taking the picture. It just doesn't do as good of a job as a human does. So that's my one complaint about that. Bring all the PhotoPass photographers back everywhere. That's all I have to say about that.
I mean, most of them are still human, so you don't have to worry about that. But they are trying with some of the character ones.
That was point 1 of why you think it's worth it.
That was point number 1.
What was your other points?
All your ride photos and or videos that they put together.
Right. So when you go to an amusement park usually and they snap your picture, they're trying to sell you that photo at every exit queue that you walk through.
Here's a keychain. Here's a printout. Here's a shirt. Here's a whatever.
It's included in the Memory Maker.
They used to do that. We shall not forget that there used to be a photo area that you could
Well,
buy
there
your
still
things.
are. That's still an option.
That's still
in
an
some
option.
Of
You
them.
can just get one picture.
Yes.
That's fine. But these are all included.
They are. You're going to want to scan your Magic Band, though, when you see one of those centers where the photos pop up.
Especially
just make sure
if
that
you
you
did
scan
not
your ticket.
use your Fast Pass.
Right.
Or
Sometimes...
Lightning Lane, sorry.
Sometimes...
Ooh, I keep doing that.
Sometimes it will automatically link to your account, but it's always just safer to, if there is that station there, to just scan it.
Yeah.
Some of the newer rides, like Tron and stuff like that, for example, just do it automatically.
Yeah, they don't have that.
Can't do that.
Station to scan at.
Some of the older ones, like Everest and Rock and Roller Coaster, pop to mind immediately for me.
Yeah, I don't even think Tower Terror does anymore. Oh, yes, it does.
Scan as you're walking out.
Tower Terror still does.
And then you're safe.
Yeah, I always do that, even though, people will say, like, my sister on this last trip was like, I thought they just appeared on your phone. And I said, listen, I'm just scanning it just because. Just be
safe. You don't want to lose it.
Just be safe.
And some of them, they do some like fun like videos too that go with it. And they actually
Tower Terror is one of them.
Tower Terror, Seven Dwarfs Mine Train has an actual video too. Where it's
they
not
also
just a
have ones
photo.
that we took in front of. They animated it with Mickey. It was a picture of Mark and our son, and we were in front of the 100th sign in front of Magic Kingdom, and it took that, and all of a sudden our picture turned into like a magic card, and it was Mickey like controlling the picture of us, and like, so they do like other little animated things that I didn't even expect. I didn't even know that was going to happen. I just was expecting a picture, and then I was like, what is this video? And it, so it's just little extra magical things in there too. I do want to say though, I have run into the problem where I have been on rides and I have not received a photo. That could be a number of reasons. Like, that could be a number of different things. In particular, this was Tron. I never got our ride pictures from Tron. I don't know if the camera just wasn't working that day, if something happened where it didn't link up with our account when we did have an individual Lightning Lane for it, so we did have to scan in. So I don't know. I waited for a long time for those, and then I never got them, and I'm kind of disappointed because I would have liked to have those pictures, but they just never showed up.
Also worth noting, not every ride has
and not every ride
camera,
has one. Yeah.
So don't expect a picture from every ride that you ride.
The most random ride that has a photo is Haunted Mansion.
I don't think that's random.
I think it's so random. I think it is like the picture of us, that anybody, is just hilarious because they are stoned faced. They're not smiling. They're just like stone faced and they're just looking ahead.
It's perfect.
But I just don't understand. I don't even know when it happens. In the lightning?
The more it's in that first hallway as you're
in the lightning.
Buggy, and it's either
stormy
the third,
out, right?
I think it's the third picture down. It's like the one after the
you have to look at it.
That's on the. I think it's the Medusa character, the lady with like all the stuff coming out of her
hair. And you're looking at her.
I think that it's one of those.
There.
It's one of those picture frames, and it flashes very bright.
Yeah, well, because it's lightning
even more
and stormy,
than the lightning.
but
though. You can tell the lightning, and then all of a sudden you get a bright
I don't know.
flash.
I just think it's a very random ride to have a picture.
For those of you who have been a lot, maybe you can relate
and you
to
do
this.
know where the photos
to
are.
find the pictures and to pose for the pictures.
Yeah.
This is a favorite of ours on Space Mountain especially. You got to turn the right way because the camera's on one side of the car. I'm not giving it away. You got to know what side the camera's on, but you can get some
and they are different on
photos.
Each track, so you got to know which way you're looking because it has happened where I'm looking one way thinking that
Everest is also a fun one, going down the hill.
Yep.
After
Tower Terror even is a really fun one to pose for if you can keep it together. If you can keep it together, keep that scream in a little bit and try to keep yourself in character, whatever character you're trying to do. But yeah, so all of those are included. All of those little videos, animated videos, pictures.
The magic shots, which we already talked about. The magic shots.
There's some really cool shots. We talked about the magic zoom shot, but they have the tiny world magic shot too. Have you seen those?
Yeah.
Where it like makes you into like a circle. And you can capture like 4 people around you like standing in a circle. It's very hard to explain. It almost looks like a fisheye. Like when you look in
kaleidoscope thing. Yeah, sure.
Kind of. But they have a lot of those. They are so good with special events. I'm particularly thinking of Engagement. situations.
Yes. We had a friend take pictures of the actual thing for us, but after we had a PhotoPass photographer take some pictures for us in Epcot, and it's great pictures.
Yeah. Yeah, and they're so excited for you. They're like, oh my goodness. We were in Epcot, so we were not in Magic Kingdom. So Magic Kingdom PhotoPass people are a little more prepared for that type of moment.
It's a common ploy.
They have a...
folks to take the picture in front of the castle with the PhotoPass photographers and then propose as they're taking the picture. I think that is so overplayed that it's...
Well, but they're prepared for it because...
They are, and they'll get some great photos of it.
They have some great photos, and they have all that stuff, but they also have, like, these little things that said, like, she said yes, these little signs, like, happily ever after, you can hold up after it happened, like, you hold it, like, they have little props for you and, like, all that fun stuff.
And by and large, these are folks who love to take pictures.
Yeah.
And so you may get the crotchety, kind of grumpy person every once in a while, but most of the people who do this job are phenomenal and love what they do, and if you give them a little something to work with, they're going to take it and run. Especially something like an engagement, or like you're celebrating something, you want like a special shot. They're going to work it for you.
They are. They always do. Yeah, I've never met someone who is unfriendly or not above and beyond. Especially when they're asking you to do like a little bit of acting, like, quick, look over on the ground. Where's Remy? Ah! Like, they'll do other things. They'll keep kids engaged, like all of that good stuff.
And I think from the family perspective especially, the photos that they capture of your children are amazing. And you're going to want those photos anyways. So even before you go, like, if you want that extra little, like, okay, confirmation that the pictures come out fantastic, then you wait.
Yeah.
And spend your extra $25, but to me it's not even worth it. Just pay for it.
They're going to be great.
Those photos are going to be fantastic. You're going to be so happy that you did it, and you're going to be so happy that you have pictures that have everybody in them, and not one member of the family, or having to ask a stranger to hold your phone to take a picture. And God knows if that stranger's ever held a phone before in their life, and the pictures that you get from other people are not always
you know
the
it's
best,
bad
so.
when they start to use their fingers to zoom in, and you're like, no. No,
take the picture.
No, there's no zooming. You don't need to do anything with your fingers. Put your fingers down, away from the screen. But yeah, overall, I think this is one of the top add-ons that I think is almost a necessity. I can see why people wouldn't, but I do think it's amazing.
And for the price too, it's not that expensive. You're gonna spend this, chances are, for Genie Plus for a single day for a family.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
And I would argue that you don't need to do that a lot of times, and people will just do it to do it because they feel like they need to do it.
And this is just one time you purchase it,
trip.
It's your whole trip, and everybody in it.
To me, this is a no-brainer, and your family should highly consider purchasing.
The biggest takeaway for me, especially, maybe it's just a mom thing, maybe there's dads and aunts and stuff out there too that are the photographers of the family, but you can get everybody in. Mm-hmm. And I felt included in those pictures. Like, I will take them. That's fine. I took all the other pictures throughout the trip, but it was nice to have pictures of everybody together. No one was missing. I know that it's a good camera that they have. It's not my phone, and I don't have to bring a good camera, you know? Like,
and they take pictures of a lot of kids, and you may not be great at capturing a good photo of your child as they're thrashing around, but somehow
they do it. I don't know how. That's because they're professionals.
I think it has to do with shutter speed and the rate that they take pictures, and
they're trained on these things.
A lot of really not good pictures for that one really good one.
Yep. But honestly, I've gone, like, I think on average when we leave a PhotoPass, we get an average of maybe 6 to 8 of them. Mm-hmm. And you also get some cool ones not of you. We did a PhotoPass thing outside of the seas with Nemo and friends, and we got a cool photo of just the actual wall with the sea turtles on it. Same thing for Tron. We got like a picture. No, not for Tron. I'm sorry. I don't know why I said Tron. I don't know what I'm thinking of. Epcot. just Epcot in and of itself. We got a cool picture of the ball, Spaceship Earth. So they'll throw in other like little also professionally taken pictures that you can have as like your wallpaper, or I got a picture of a droid one time from Galaxy's Edge, which is cool. Millennium Falcon, just not you in front of it, just the ship. So things like that you also get like thrown into it. But biggest takeaway is that everybody can be in the picture. You don't have to worry about taking the pictures, and they're going to be great. Mic drop.
So is Memory Maker worth it?
Yes. 100,000 bajillion %.
Unequivocally, yes.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And it's relatively easy for someone to add that on to their trip, right? If they book through you, right?
Absolutely.
What's the process to do that?
You can do that right when we book. Basically, it's just an add-on to your ticket. So it will be a separate purchase from your regular booking. But we can add on Memory Maker very easily onto your ticket. And we just have to make sure it's linked to your account, which I can also do.
Very cool.
For your My Disney Experience account.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, thank you all for listening. As always, follow us on our social media accounts for all the latest information and news. You can reach out to us through those social media accounts, or you can send us an email at startswithawish.podcast@gmail.com. And remember, folks, it all starts with a wish. We'll see you real soon.
Bye.